In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to benchmark your webinar metrics against real industry data, so you know where you stand, what to fix first, and what you can stop worrying about. All right, so open your browser and go to webinarbenchmark.com. This is a free tool. You don't need to sign up or attach your credit card, nothing like that. You just go there, enter your numbers, and it shows you how you compare. The data behind the benchmarking tool we're going to use today was collected by Contrast Webinars. At Contrast Webinars, we analyzed behavioral data from over 1 million randomly selected webinar registrants. You can see we have more than 60 webinar stats you can check out. I'll leave the link in the description. Now let's go back to our benchmarking tool. So go to webinarbenchmark.com, keep this tab open. We're going to go through each metric one by one, and I'll show you exactly where to find each number in your webinar analytics. The first metric I'm going to benchmark is the number of registrations, number of people who registered to my webinar. To find this number, go to your webinar platform, whether you are using Contrast, Zoom webinars, or anything else, and open the analytics for the webinar you want to benchmark. I'm using Contrast, so I'm going to open Contrast, then click on the registrations. Here you can see I have 756 registrations for this webinar. So let's go back to the benchmarking tool and enter that number here, 756, and click See My Rank. You can see that the average webinar gets 128 registrations, and I am in top 5%. Now let's move to the next metric, which is attendance rate. So click on the attendance. Is the percentage of registered people who actually showed up live. To get that number, go back to your webinar analytics and find the total number of registrants and the number of live attendees. We already have the number of registrants, it's 756. Now we need how many people joined us live. So if I click on analytics, I will see here 297 people joined me live. How do I get the rate though? So we need to divide live attendees by registrants and multiply that by 100. And you'll have your attendance rate. So my live attendees is 297 divided by 756 and times 100. Here you go, 39. So go back to the benchmarking tool, enter the number, and click See My Rank. Here you can see my number is even below the average, so I have to work on this. Now let's look at the engagement data. We are looking for a few things. Average watch time, which is how long the attendees stayed before leaving. Then we'll look at the poll engagement and chat engagement. For average watch time, you can either take it from the webinar platform you are using, or if your webinar platform doesn't provide you with that information, you can calculate it manually. Let's go back to Contrast. Click Analytics. You can see my average watch time is 63%. So if I go back here and enter my number, I can see the rank. You can see I am a bit above the average. Now, if you scroll up and hover over this tooltip, you can see how you can calculate each metric manually, because there are webinar platforms that doesn't provide you with all this data. So you can just take the registrations and attendees and calculate all this manually. Now let's move on and click on poll engagement. Let's calculate this one manually. So total poll responses divided by live attendees. Let's go back to Contrast, click polls. I'm going to take the first poll I ran during my webinar. I got 118 answers. So 118 divided by 297 times 100. Open the benchmark tool, 40, See My Rank. Again, I am within the average. Now the last metric we're going to check out is the chat engagement. For chat engagement, we have a little work to do because you need to download the chat, then calculate how many messages you got in your chat, and then calculate the number. If you open this tooltip, you can see, so chat engagement is calculated by total chat messages divided by live attendees. So I'm going to go to Contrast, then click on Video. And I'm going to download the chat messages. After clicking on the download button, you will receive a CSV file on your email. So you will need to drop that file into Claude or ChatGPT and ask it to count how many chat messages you got. So let's do it really quickly. I'm going to open Claude, drop the file, and ask it how many chat messages are there in this file. We got the answer, 306. Now let's calculate 306 divided by 297. 1. So if we go to the benchmarking tool, enter 1, click see my rank, you can see I am below the average for this one. The most important thing is to prioritize your worst metric first. So if your attendance is low, look at your reminder email strategy and your scheduling. If your engagement is low, look at your content structure and interactivity. And also if you have an external speaker, look how they're engaging with your audience. Then if your registration numbers are low, look at your landing page copy and your promotion channels. And that's the full process. 5 metrics and a few minutes, and you know exactly how your webinars stack up against real data from over 1 million registrants. Now go run your webinars through webinarbenchmark.com and drop the results in the comments.